All right, Bulldogs. So I got a book review for you today. Today is book review day. It is called The History of the Ancient World. It is by Susan Wise Bauer and narrated by John Lee. You can check out the version here. I think it's only on Audible. It says only from Audible. It's 26 hours and 20 minutes. I almost quit listening to this book, and the reason why is because it is really fucking boring. I'm a big history buff. I like to listen to history. I've done I've read a lot of books on history, and especially ancient history. I think there's a lot to learn from it. It's just interesting, especially if you've been to the locations. As you travel around, you want to learn the history of places, right? I did a big one before I went to China and learned about the history of China, and that was great. And this book covers that as well. But man, for some reason, you've got, I mean, history's hard. Like the narrative has to be there. And I felt like this book is a lot, just like tons of information about what's happened without any kind of like narrative or kind of story of what's really going on there. There's a few spots where it gets better, I think, towards the end of the book where we're talking about the Greeks and the Romans and the Greek wars. But in general, man, really, really hard to listen to, I have to say. Maybe like a printed version of this that you studied would be better, but I can't really highly recommend this. I decided to go ahead and grit and bear it and go through the rest of this book just because I'd already devoted so much time and I want to see if it was going to get better. But honestly, I probably should have just stopped part of the way through. It's up to you. I mean, I had to slow down too, to be honest. I had to listen to this at 2x speed. Normally I listen to 3x or 3.5x speed. Audible just added that now. But man, I had to slow down on this thing, and it was just painful. It was just hard. I was zoning out. I had to go back and re-listen to things, and I don't think I acquired much knowledge from this. I would have had to take copious amounts of notes. It was just not, I don't know. I just felt like there wasn't, I've read a lot of books on history, and I've gotten information from them, but they have to be like in a story format that sort of makes sense rather than all of the, like, literally the pieces of history. Again, not knocking the scholarliness of this book. I think it's probably pretty damn accurate. It's probably well researched. A lot of work went into this. But as someone who is not a history academic, it's not nearly as appealing to me. It definitely made for some miserable runs, I'll tell you that. All right, not quite my top recommendation there on Audible. All right, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below, and I do reviews, pretty much 2 of these a week or so as I go through my books, and join the Bulldog mindset. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.